Yeah, folks, I've spent the better part of this last year making my first video game with my partner Ben, and I thought it was a good time here near the end of the year to do a little bit of a year in review for Skyshard, the indie PvP city building auto battler that we're building, because it's been a crazy year, man. It's been really fun. We've had some successes, and it's nice to just do a little bit of a recap, I think, of like where we were, where we are now, and sort of talking about where we're going from here. So I thought I would just tackle that in this video, sort of stream of consciousness. I'm not going to be super organized or anything, but let's start with where we were, right? This all really kicked off for me in what, like May? And I've told this story many times, but Ben and I just sort of found each other, both having an itch to make something, and he'd already laid the groundwork for this game, but he needed some help to get it over the finish line, basically financially and probably creatively a little bit too. Like, he's just an absolute madman at well, programming, number one, right? Like, as an actual developer, he's just a stud, but also like systems, mechanics, unit design, that sort of stuff was his strong point. But he wanted some help on like creative vision, art, direction, I would say probably a little bit of like player experience stuff, and just money too. Like, I actually had some capital to invest, and I thought we could have a plan to make all this work, and so far that has proven true. Here we are, making this work, I think about what, 7 months later now, basically, since we really launched into this this whole adventure. So we spent, a few months behind the scenes working on things, getting things into a good spot, laying some groundwork for the production side of things, art, sound, all that sort of stuff. And on September 1st, we launched our demo, which was very well received initially, even though, it was rough for sure. But, people were like, oh my God, you're YouTubers making a game. Cool, I want to play it. And the one thing that's always gone crazy well for us is how much people play our freaking game. The demo is basically the whole game, right? But like, we finally opened up reviews on Steam for our demo. I like made the demo its own store page or whatever this week for other reasons, for marketing stuff. But we finally opened up reviews, which, by the way, 100% positive. Thank you guys. 22 reviews have come in the last couple days. 100% positive on reviews, which is awesome. But I was looking at the play times on these reviews, dude. They are crazy. Look at these play times, man. 228 hours. Remember, this is only since September, so we're talking about September, October, November, and I'm recording this about halfway through December, even though you're watching it near the end of the year, because I'm on vacation right now and you're watching this. But, in 3.5 months or so, people have played 228 hours, 100 hours, 76 hours, 15 hours, 90 hours, 441 hours, 193 freaking hours. Like, look at this, dude. Some shorter ones too, but 170, 463. Like, dude, when people play your game that freaking much, that's cool. That means you got some depth. That means you got some stuff that's keeping you entertained. And, there's no actual real progression system in the game right now. No, the only reason to play is just for fun. I mean, I guess there's a leaderboard, which, by the way, I was 4 points away from first place. I was at like 1725, and first was like 1729 or something. And then I had 2 bad runs, and I've suffered. But anyway, we released a demo in September. People have been playing a ton. We've fixed a lot of bugs and changed a lot of gameplay mechanics. That was one of the reasons we released our demo really early, like from a kind of marketing standpoint or business standpoint. Like, theoretically, it could have made more sense to wait till the game was more polished for a perfect first impression, and like, to get as many wish lists as possible and all this stuff, right? Because you only get one first impression. If you waste it, you might scare some people away forever. But we wanted to learn. We wanted to make the game better as fast as possible, and it was ready for people to play. So it's like, let's learn. We've learned a lot. We've changed a lot. We've improved a lot. I think the game is in an incredibly solid state right now, from bugs. I mean, there's still a few things, from balance. There's still a few things, of course, never perfect, but it's been a really good 3 months of development leading up to this stage. So now the question is, where do we go next for Skyshard? And still, developing, still adding new art, new stuff, new features, all of that, of course, still in the works as always. Next is about getting more people to see the game, like wish list and more people playing. I think we're going to be, I've already kicked off a little bit of advertising this month, but it's pretty competitive right now because of the Christmas time, you know, holiday advertising and stuff is all the ad rates are higher right now. So I think in January, we'll have an opportunity to ramp that up even further. We're going to reach out to our streamer friends and contacts, trying to get people to play a little bit on that side of things too. And hopefully shortly after all that in February, we will be a part, I think, hopefully, of Steam Next Fest, which is like one of the ways to like showcase your demo and get more people playing your demo, which I think demo's in a pretty great spot for that at this stage. So that could lead to even more growth and more eyeballs. And ultimately, I'd like to be at 10,000 wish lists before Steam Next Fest. I don't know if that's going to be possible. We're currently at about probably 4,500 by the time you watch this. So halfway, but a lot of that was like right off the bat when we announced on YouTube and stuff for our own channels. Depends on how many other of our streamer friends pick up the game, which, you know, you can't expect that of people. It's honestly a pretty big sacrifice for a streamer to play an unproven game that doesn't already have an audience, because, you know, it's kind of like money out of their pocket in a lot of ways, because you know, they if they lose viewers or whatever, or could have made a video on their own game, I totally understand that. But hopefully some people will have the inspiration to play and showcase the game, and that'll lead to some more growth on top of the regular advertising stuff that ramps up. Hopefully we'll get to 10,000 wish lists by Steam Next Fest. Steam Next Fest, that should put us in a good spot to get some eyeballs from there, from Steam organically. And then hopefully it just snowballs from there. And then, assuming the momentum is good and the game is in a good spot, that might be around the time we push for an early access launch, which would be when we start selling the game for the very first time. We will probably have some kind of introductory sale. We will still have a demo where you can play. I don't know exactly what we're going to restrict just yet from the demo standpoint, but we certainly want to have some way for people to engage with the game for free, at least to get started. I mean, there will be some notable restrictions. You know, it's not a free-to-play game. We don't have any other way to monetize other than selling the game. So we do want to push people to the sale, but we don't want to totally close out potential new players or let people just get a taste of it. You know, we're not trying to hide it. So if anything, we think people playing might just lead them towards buying it. So, you know, that would be the early access. Then just continue development. I guess, by the way, we're going to dump like a ton of new units for early access. I can actually show you previews of some of those. We might put a few of these in ahead of that too, but you'll see a lot of units if you've been watching the channel that, again, have temporary art, but you've never seen these before. This guy's particularly cute. A lot of interesting stuff. What is this wall of gears? It's hidden behind my head, but what is that? I don't even know what these are yet. Wait a minute. What's this? I can see them. I'm in dev mode. What's this guy? You know, like a lot of new stuff. What's this little doghouse? It's not a doghouse, but it looks like one. So, you know, we'll drop new units, hopefully some new heroes too, although I don't know if those would have art yet, but, you know, basically more content updates, more stuff, and hopefully, you know, we get some momentum and get some more players, and then we'll go from there. But, that's where we were, that's where we are, and that's where we're going. So I just wanted to say, like, hey, thank you everybody for the support this year so far. Thank you for the momentum, the wish list, the downloads, the feedback, the, you know, any word of mouth you've given always goes a really long way. So, thank you everybody for making the first, not even quite a year, but the first calendar year, at least, of Sky Shard a really fun one for us. So we're having a blast making this. It's really, really cool. Just making something, you know, it's always like we play things, we criticize things, but like actually being on the other side and making something is really, really neat. So I guess that's the year in review. Nothing crazy detailed, but just wanted to do a little, you know, little catch up on all the plans and everything. So now I guess we'll just hop into one run of Sky Shard, see if we can't get closer to that top spot on the leaderboard. And I have been picking Zap Zap pretty much exclusively right now. I don't actually know if he's the best because I've just been playing him so much. But I do like sporadic support. This gets you 6 mana worth of stuff, which is pretty nice. Weapon 5 or weapon 4 lately? Boy, I think we'll go weapon 5, but I don't hate weapon 4. There are some pretty solid options at 4 and 3. Some of them are like better later than early, and I do really like higher tempo weapons lately for the early rounds. So I might just go weapon 5, but then I don't get as much stuff either. I'm gonna go weapon 4. Ah, this is a really good tempo weapon, and so is this. These are both actually really solid tempo weapons. Magnus isn't a terrible tempo weapon either, but it just depends on the opponent's board. If they have 2 big things, this is great. If they have a bunch of small stuff, Magnus kind of falls over. I think we'll go Chameleon though. Just higher base DPS, right? So I think it's probably the best starter weapon, and its health is low, but Latchwood Spore helps a little bit there, and the attack speed is higher on Chameleon, so I think that'll help. I talked to Ben, by the way, about a change to lifesteal. I think lifesteal is really a confusing mechanic for us right now. The way lifesteal works at the moment is basically just it's just like anytime you attack, you gain 10 health, but it doesn't really feel like it's stealing, right? So I told Ben, let's just make lifesteal add 10 damage and remove 10 health, or whatever the number is, but this is 10, right? Maybe we rebalance it to 5 or whatever, but in other words, it's both an attack buff and a health buff, just because that way steal makes way more sense, because right now it is not a very intuitive effect. I think it sounded like he responded positively to that, so I think we'll probably see that happen, but I guess I can't say for sure just yet. Yeah, let's go for units first. Town units in particular are both like fodder right now on board and could be useful later. Not exactly the strongest opening units. These all kind of die in one hit to most every weapon, which is not ideal. I guess we'll go librarian. That's fine. On the off chance the opponent has an explosive weapon, I'm going to spread these out as opposed to stack for the well. The well is just unlikely to add enough life that it matters. This should be okay. The Tesla coil doesn't have a lot of single target damage, but it is high enough that it might. No, we're gonna be fine. Yeah. Cool. So now we're looking for another weapon. So we want to buy any purple shops at 4 or 5, I think, to give us our best chances, or just find a weapon shop. The trebuchet is a really nice weapon, so that's good. Another spore as well. This to get everybody happy here. Get all the buffs spread around. Let's go for more cheap units first. I do like tier 3 town shops a lot, but I think I just want more units before we start looking for specialized units, basically. So just more stuff. Okay. Red crystals did get a really nice buff. They're way better than they used to be, but still not maybe ideal. Let's put these in the order of preference of destruction, and let's play around piercing weapons by spreading things out. You kind of have to do all this really tiny things when you're at super high ranks, otherwise you will lose sometimes, and one trophy can go a mile in a run. I have to get 13 trophies practically to go positive, maybe 12 I think, since I dropped a little bit, but when I was at 1700 plus rating, I had to get 13 trophies to go positive, dude, which is crazy. We might lose here. Yeah, it's gonna be close. This is slow. Oh, we're gonna be fine. Yeah, okay. Didn't quite clear anything out. The spores actually made the difference, right? We gained enough life that Chameleon gained 266 health and is alive at 59. So the spores definitely tanked early. Okay, big purple shop here. 6 options. Has some good stuff. We can take another weapon, which is pretty good with the spores. Yeah. Okay. Not like my favorite hit. I was looking for maybe like a big tree. There was a few things I liked better, but it's all good. We can put the spores maybe here. We don't need, well, I don't know. I don't think I really need crystals on the chameleon, but it's fine. Or yeah, this is a good alignment, I guess. So now we got some scaling on our forest spirit. Not my favorite third weapon, but I do like that we have firepot trebuchet, which is a pretty good late game weapon. So we're not like devoid of late game scaling potential here. Post offices or botanists. Botanists become a lot better when you have the forest spirit potentially. So that's good. 10 health doesn't add a whole lot of damage, but it does scale. So 10 health is 2 damage. Maybe over the course of the fight it adds up, right? Only 1 weapon for the opponent, but the obelisk did hit pretty hard and steal some health here, I suppose. But still good stuff. 3 weapons early is very high tempo, which is very nice. But we need to find a late game build around, a way to gain a lot of value here. Tier 3 could give me like a town hall. Probably go for value here since we didn't get anything we love. Mana Machina just giving us some life. Structure shop 4 could be a defense unit that we like bamboo. Yeah. This supercharger's pretty cool on the Latchwood spores, I guess. Not ideal, but it does make the forest spirit potentially quite large. I don't know. It's just not ideal. This is a good late game scale for them potentially, but it doesn't seem very strong right now. Not a lot of town units, and we're wiping them out with our Firepot Trebuchet, which snipes town units, which is nice. Yeah, he's up to 184 damage. That's pretty nuts, actually. 200 by the end there. That's not bad. Yeah, let's go another big 3. There's the town hall we were looking for. So town hall, importantly, will not target the forest spirit because its attack cannot be buffed. Oh, there is another Latchwood Spore, but I think I want to find ways to scale my other weapons. Firepot Trebuchet in particular needs some scaling. So we're going to put a bunch of stuff adjacent to this so that it every time something ticks, we get some defense buffs and we get some weapon buffs. This does both weapon and defense. Now we don't actually have a defense unit, hilariously enough, right now. Oh my god, another Firepot Trebuchet? Bro, I think so. Yeah, I think that's fine. I think I like more weapons. Weapons are good. And I'm gonna put the red crystals there now. Okay, let's go cheap town. Yes, we love Velmirs. They buff explosive damage. That's perfect. I can go here for now. Jeffrey likes to be surrounded, so that's good. Okay, yeah. No shadows yet on Mana Machina, by the way. It's a 2-step process. Like, we have 2 artists. One, they kind of split the units, but only one does shadows, hilariously enough. I don't know exactly why that is, but it's working, so I'm happy with it either way. It's a good process. Just sometimes the shadows are a little delayed. Yeah, easy win here, it looks like, with tons of weapon aggression. I would like to stagger the speeds on these Firepot Trebuchets a little bit so that here we go. That's a way to do that, but maybe we go town hall first. Let's get more town units first. But staggering the speeds is good because we otherwise they fire at the same time and they will choose the same target, which means they might have a lot of overkill damage that's unnecessary. If we stagger the speeds and one unit dies before the other one starts his attack, it will find a new target, right? And that would be much, much better. Probably go Corrupt Shaman here, yeah. It buffs the Forest Spirit right now, which makes it better. Like, if we got a lot of Corrupt Shamans, we could do some cool stuff. I don't know if we need to go into that just yet because we also have 2 really strong weapons. Otherwise, I think, you know, we might eventually, like, we'll keep an eye out for them always because I think buying them is good. But now that I filled out the town hall, I can start buying Corrupt Shamans, I think. It's crazy that I still don't have a single defense unit. Just kidding. I finally got one. Like, the buffs on the town hall weren't actually doing anything until right now. And unfortunately, this is going to die so fast that they still won't do anything. It did maybe get a few buffs, technically. We need to find some kind of defense unit here. We're shredding this town core from the opponent, though. It's like, even though we don't have a lot of defense, we're probably winning races most of the time just because, you know, we have so many weapons that our town lasts just long enough. Also, this guy just has a lot of health to get through at the very end of the fight as well. Even if they get through all of these, we're talking about a 1300 health boss back there. Let's go upgrades. Health buffs on this guy are insane, and speed buffs here are also insane. This has 2 spores affecting it for lifesteal, so we want it to be the main attacker here. That's good. Now we can start looking for bigger defense units because we filled out our town hall. Let's look for like a bamboo. Force fields, actually fine. I don't hate a second town hall. I've had many islands that did 2, but it means I just have to find even more town stuff, which right now we don't really need. Let's go defense first. This also protects the town hall from spellbound rockets that target your largest thing, because this is now the largest thing on my board, so that could save us for a minute. Town 3 Escola would be good to get eventually. There's Escola, yeah. Might be a little early for it, but it does buff health on the Forest Spirit, which is really nice. This also means if I go for Scola build, I can probably just go for a lot of cheap town now to really buff my weapons a ton. Supercharger is chilling. We've got a lot of life gain coming in. Is the Forest Spirit outpacing the explosive damage? It is, yeah. Oh, hold up, never mind. It is, yeah, barely, but it is. The big single target's big enough that it's beating my trebuchets. Man, you can really see the difference on the faster trebuchet, by the way, bro. It did so much more. I wonder if that's just because of targeting, right? Like it does not have twice the DPS. It's, you know, 76 to 72 DPS, but I guess maybe because it's attacking faster, the second one, because it's still a medium projectile speed. So I need to get it even faster so that its projectile resolves before the next one's attack starts. And now we know that cheap town units are really good for us, again, because we want this Scola. This scales with cheap, with town procs. So we want cheap, fast town units going off regularly. Could take an arborist here to give me some defense units. We're halfway through the run, so actually it's probably not too late for this. It basically nets me 8 mana worth of value for a tier 2 unit still. And I mean, even its base body is still, you know, it's 120 health, something they have to hit through. We could go for a transmute and start selling some things like crystals and a well. We don't really need these red crystals now that we have some attack scaling elsewhere. I think they're kind of easy to get rid of, so that's a good idea. And then I think we keep buying cheap. Okay, here we go. Here's another blue crystal, so that might be the speed difference we need for this trebuchet. Here we're looking for another accelerate, yes, and probably another extra life on the forest spirit. We are a little bit susceptible to this getting sniped by an obelisk, which targets the highest health stuff, but even if it dies, we honestly still have 3 pretty solid weapons as a backup, so I'm not too stressed. All right, Terran the Enchanter is a good fast unit. I'm basically moving my slower units away from the town hall and moving my faster units into the town hall, in case you're wondering about my positioning here. We could take another upgrade, actually. Yeah, oh my god, we hit every time, dude. This is sick. We might kind of have overkill, but this is not a tinker where they get the double hit, so probably not overkill yet. Okay, this is coming together pretty nicely, dude. This is now going to be a powerhouse unit, man. This thing is going to scale like crazy. It's going to start getting a ton of health. It's going to start getting some crazy damage output, and it's explosive damage as well. So, you know, it's going to hit hard. I don't know if it'll outpace the Forest Spirit just yet, because this guy's also, like, dude, he's a monster. 250 DPS, like 1,500 health, dude. That's a monster. Actually, the Chameleon here outpaced the Trebuchet. How can it be? Did it just get... It did. This did not hardly get any buffs. Why didn't these get buffs from our Town Hall? Town Hall went off 70 times. But I don't think this got hit a single time. How much does this have by default? Maybe not 120. Oh, no, it got hit a lot. Oh, no, it got hit a lot. I was thinking 120 or something. That's way... No. It got hit a lot. I'm just silly. Starter Magic. This is another little defense unit. That's fine. Upgrades now might give us diminishing returns. I don't know how many more we need. We could do some stuff to support our beekeepers a little bit, maybe, but Jeffrey, yeah, let's go ahead and do the Jeffrey here, and let's build a little corrupt shaman area where we start trying to scale our forest spirit even more by having these corrupt shamans going off a lot. Like, they're going to start stealing a lot of health and giving it to the guy. We also probably do want a speed buff on the Forest Spirit at some level, too. Now that this has triple accelerates, I don't know if this crystal needs to be on that. You could also do this. No, I don't... Yeah, maybe that's okay. I don't know. I think it is pretty important the Forest Spirit gets a speed buff, because he's got a lot of potential damage, and if he's slow, it's not going to get out in time, right? Boy, I really don't want any of these, man. These are some bad shops. Might just take the bathhouse because it's big and could save the town hall from an explosive shot. It's also a town unit, so technically a corrupt shaman will absorb health from it. Both of which are fine. You can go ritualist and move this foundry up here. The ritualist a little faster than the... Actually, that's also true for botanist on this corner, isn't it? Yeah. I'm missing a guy, though. Did I... Crazy? Probably so, yeah. Probably a little crazy. All right. This looks pretty good. Yeah, spreading out a little bit for explosive damage. Got... Got some corrupt shaman scaling on the forest spirit. The forest spirit's going even faster. This guy's going to jump up to so much freaking health. We just need to dodge obelisks. Also, the vile totems here are a little scary, but thankfully the firepot trebuchets ignore them for a while, and the forest spirit has enough health that it can sort of tank. Sadly, that spellbound rocket did not go for my bathhouse first. Importantly, though, I think it's not going to matter. We're just kind of melting their board, so All good, all good. I didn't actually see how much health he got up to, but it almost doesn't matter at this stage. Hey, more corrupt shamans is great. We want more corrupt shamans, more stuff to steal. Jeffrey over the foundries. Yes. They're faster on the town hall, right? We want fast units. Hey, altering stone's pretty good for us. It gets buffed by Scola a lot, which is good. So Scola even more important now. It was already important and it got even more important. More importanter. Post office is fine. Another set of bees is fine. Sell some frontline maybe. No, let's wait. We could sell this guy maybe too, but let's wait. It's fine. No rush. We'll save that mana. We can float a mana and save it for later. Okay, opponent's got a pretty aggressive start here, it looks like, with the crystals. Crystals are kind of like the high tempo damage scale right now. Like, they don't actually scale, but they you know, it's a burst damage almost. Like, you have it instantly. Can kind of scale, but it still usually happens early in the fight, whereas my scaling is definitely a little bit more long term, because I'm like scaling this guy up with every attack, right? I think we're gonna be fine. I think this guy could maybe solo the board at this stage, so it's a good sign. Yeah, 2,700 health, 500 DPS, dude. Crazy. More trees, sure. More cheap town. This is what we want. More corrupt shamans is perfect. Yes. Ooh, watchtower. That speeds up every single town unit on board. We love it. I think Rusty Sentry is drastically underpicked, but all good. Ooh, do we go for another shaman first or just another town speed boost? I think we go for another town speed boost first. It's fine. Some of this explosive avoidance is not going to be too important, honestly. This is fine. Upgrades. Force field would be a decent upgrade. Giving this guy spell protection against explosive is actually pretty nice. Survives one spellbound rocket hit, but I just don't know if I'm gonna. I don't know. I don't know how many of these I really need. I guess I could give it accelerate to the forest spirit maybe, or my other trebuchet. Second chance can be pretty good on certain things like bamboo, but I don't have one. Is an accelerate better than another extra life for the forest spirit? I don't think so. I think I want him to be really big single target hits, even if they're a bit slower. Like, sadly here, I don't know what to pick. Let's do that. I think that's good enough. Another corrupt shaman. Let's go. Nah, I don't know. We didn't really love our returns last time, right? So I'm gonna pivot. Another beekeeper, sure. Those next to the blacksmith so they get bigger. And now this guy is just gonna start getting. Oh, actually, you know what? The force field. No. We still have. This is gonna be our highest health unit thanks to all of his enchantments. So he's gonna get all the corrupt shaman buffs and just start gaining crazy health so fast, right? Like, look at this. Look at this, dude. It's crazy. He's up to 1,800 already, man. This is crazy work. Like, what's the opponent's at? 800. We're at 20. Come on. This fight's closer than I thought it was going to be, for the record, but I think we're going to be fine. So many weapons still. Again, they had more of a high tempo crystal build there. It was pretty good, actually. That was a close fight, man. That was closer than I thought it was going to be. They got a lot of value generators too, man. And 2 Skolas. Not a lot of town units though, but pretty good pillar setup. It looks like they're missing maybe a supercharger or something. I don't know. So we're already at 11 wins, by the way. We have not lost yet, which is a great start to this run, man. Really great start so far. Definitely sell some wells. Sell a well and maybe a tree or a shrub. Can't decide if I like trees or shrubs better these days. What do I need here? Maybe another Skola would be nice. Bamboo we like. I like bamboo. Yeah, bamboo is pretty good. Did we pick up that? Yeah, we did. Yeah. This enchantment on the bamboo is really good, because the resummoned units off the bamboo inherit the second chance. This could be a Skola. No Skola. Interestingly, Casino is probably a pretty good unit to toss in the middle here. We just kind of randomly have a lot of stuff in this line, you know. Might be even better here if we scoot all of this over by 1. Yeah. That does mean we have some explosive fall off on our firepot trebuchets, so I don't move these down a little bit. I move these down a little just to get those separated so there's no explosive fallout. Yeah, that's better, I think. Yeah. Okay. Now the casino is going to speed up all of this stuff, both for the town hall and the corrupt shamans, which seems pretty cool. Let's just go for a cheap reroll here. Yeah, this can go on force field or Scola. Maybe just force field. We're trying to slow down rockets, right? That's the idea, and that stops rockets, so that's good. Jeffrey can go up here. It's kind of technically better to have it along the town hall, actually. So yeah, let's do that. Put all the foundries up there. Would love one more Scola, like we said. We also do technically not have health gain on our town units, so like these are going to eventually die to the corrupt shamans, right? Like the shamans are going to be basically half of what's killing my board. Oh, my bees got separated here. So that's like kind of a problem. I don't think it's a huge problem necessarily, but it's like kind of technically a thing. Don't love. But I think we're still in a pretty good spot, actually. 2 good weapons. Well, really kind of 3 good weapons, I'd say. If we ever lose a supercharger, that does hurt a little, but I think there's still enough health scaling off the shamans at this stage that... So this fight, I will say, like, we're really bad at killing all those trees. Well, we're a little better once all the town units get cleared out, because then our explosive damage opens up, I guess. I don't know, though. This is going to be close, yeah. It's going to be really close. I think we're going to lose, right? I don't know. Can our forest spirit hold it down is the question. This thing's getting weaker by the second, but it's still hitting for 1,200. This pillar has insane... Bro, we are so cooked. Oh, Warden's Flame was nuts. How much? Insane! 26,000 damage, man. Woo! We just saw a Discord message about how good Warden's Flame is right now. They had a crazy setup for it, dude. Double charger on the pillar. I think, in my opinion, for both pillar and Warden's Flame... I think we need to give them a baseline value. So like, you know, maybe this deals, I don't know, 50 damage at a baseline or something, right? And then you say like deals damage equal to 8% of the health of adjacent. So less crazy scaling and a higher floor. And maybe the same for pillar, right? Like maybe pillar has 200 health at a base or something and gains 40%, you know. That would still drastically lower its impact. But, you know, bringing in the bands a little bit, like you don't want to kill too much stuff. You don't want to take the ceiling off everything because it's fun to have really big numbers, but certain combinations there do crazy work. I mean, that's, you know, my guy did 13,000, now I did 26,000, so I wouldn't say it's like totally out of line, you know. We were both doing some big damage numbers, but that one having explosive, you know, particular shredded my board anyway. I don't know. I don't think it's too far off. I'm not really itching to change too many things right now because I think the game's actually in a pretty healthy spot overall. If we sell, what could we ditch? Some trees, maybe? Yeah. I don't need trees and shrubs. I do want to find another Scola, though. I think that... Oh, nice. Okay. I think that'd be really good for us. A third? No. I aimed too high. This giant Rafflesia is actually pretty cool too, though, because it's going to gain health from the Scola. It's not a town unit, so if we get more Scolas, this thing gets better and better and gets crazy big and like kind of is the last line of defense for my weapons, maybe, which would be cool. Man, these are all pretty hard to use. I need to sell this bathhouse, by the way. I sort of forgot. Like, I kind of wanted it here, but I also kind of forgot. Guess you just go mill then. Just another town unit. Maybe one more speed boost on our guy. That seems good. Okay, yeah, one fight down, unfortunately, but still a really, you know, I think we're very likely to finish this strong, honestly. These vile totems are kind of scary, but the forest... Oh, they got an obelisk, but we have so much health, we just tanked it. We just didn't care. Look at this, we're just just shrugging it off, dude. Just no fears whatsoever for the obelisk. Absolutely just shrugging it off. This guy's dealing 560 damage, one-shotting basically everything. Wow. So cool, dude. I haven't really had a good forest spirit build in a minute. This one's sick. This is a really cool build. Sure, a crystal for our spirit. Why not, right? More damage. It's crazy we haven't hit any green crystals for this yet. That's wild. I mean, maybe we had some opportunities. I don't know. I can't say I was paying that much attention to that specific possibility, but kind of wild. All right. More cheap town is good. Scola number 3? No. Saloon, I mean, town center, we just don't have space anymore. That's too far gone. I guess it's just saloon. Yeah, I don't know. It's fine. Just any town unit here does contribute to the game plan, so it's fine. Belmirs are very good, though. We love Belmirs. We'd like to get that in there. I don't know how quickly it dies at the Corrupt Shaman or not, but it is nice that it's on the speed boost from the casino to give us more explosive damage faster. Ooh, piercing damage. I had a really good set of piercing builds. I played 2 straight piercing builds, and when I got to 2nd place on the leaderboard, I think Pierce is underutilized right now. I think it's better than people think, and crossbow might actually be a little busted, but we don't see much of it, really. That said, we are very good at killing the crossbow because we're going to get to this town stuff pretty fast off our trebuchets, right? Although, I don't know if it's going to be fast enough, man. They are kind of holding strong. I will say, once you get to that crossbow, they don't have a lot of damage left. But I don't think... Oh, no, dude. What did I tell you, dude? This guy has a lot of health, but it's not enough. It's not enough, man. Oh, what did I tell you guys? I can see my own fate. Although, actually, you know what? It really didn't do that much. The coil did more. The coil did more. They just had a lot more defense than us, I guess, right? Because we don't have much defense. They started getting to my town too fast. I wouldn't say they have a ton of defense, but definitely more with, like, her spell and everything. Stunning us and all that wall up there. So 15 out of 16, 12 wins. We're going to go positive here, I think, no matter what, because we have enough health that we can't lose the run. We're going to get our survival bonus. We're definitely going to go positive. We may not finish super strong. It seems like the rest of the builds are kind of catching up with us finally. That's not a big problem. I'd love to find another Scola. I want to look for like a tier 3 shop for town. Let's sell this idiot bathhouse because I need this space anyway over here. I'm realizing I have like no space over here. Maybe sell a shrub and a tree. No, let's look for that tier 3 town. Sell anything here that's good? No, not really, no. Bakery is fine, but like where the heck do you want it to even go? Like I'm too lazy to, like there's probably some good positioning around that, but I'm too lazy to sort it out, so I'm just gonna toss it in there. No more Scolas this round, I don't think, guys. Yeah, no more Scolas this round. Another set of bees, huh? Maybe here. The more good units we move away from the shamans, probably the better. Lumberjack, we do have a decent amount of nature. Yeah, that's fine buff. Okay. All right, Heiner's our #1 player right now. I was this close to being in that spot and I blew it. Pressure got to me. I blew it, but here we are. I think we're gonna get murdered. Just so much AoE off these. Like, I don't even know what's killing me right now, if I'm being honest. Is it this guy? Bro, we got shredded. Yeah, it's... I don't even know. I don't even feel like it was that much pressure. How many weapons, I guess? 2 piranha plants, a gorgon. I mean, there's just a lot of weapons. 1, 2, 3. I mean, we'll just count them here, right? Like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weapons, 9 weapons. Man. Dang, dude. Did not seem that impressive, to be honest. Like, none of these have that good of damage. Like, this is only dealing 15 damage. 92, 163. That's like their hardest hitter. The ballista's pretty solid, but it didn't do anything crazy. 2,000 damage. I just don't know how we lost that so hard. It didn't really seem that good. You can see they got all the weapons from the portal here. It's like a great way to generate weapons. I guess maybe there's a lot of enchantments too. Like this had double second chances. I don't even know if those stack, to be honest. A lot of bamboo in the way, just a lot of value, just a lot of stuff. And then enough weapons that they kind of just smorked me out, I guess. A fair bit of explosive and AoE too, so a lot of my little chump stuff got murdered down pretty quick. Oh, did we start like 12-0? Am I crazy? Maybe it was 11-0, and then we've kind of fallen off from there. Man, this build did have a really strong opener. It's probably because of all the tempo from our weapons, and then it just kind of boo at the end, right? Just kind of booed. No good at the end. Scola. No Scola. Actually, you know what? We can toss this in. It's kind of perfect right there. Let's get it in that little nook right there. It's perfect. Okay. Yeah, I think we're still strong. Like, I think we're still gonna win a fight. I think we're gonna win our last fight here. I have faith in us. It almost doesn't matter too much. It's just a few points difference, but man, they are stuffed again with stuff though. but not that much weapon pressure, it looks like. I think we'll have time. We're going to shred this town stuff with our trebuchets. They're getting crazy big and crazy high explosive as well. And then I think once that's done, their weapon pressure won't be enough to beat our like forest spirit. He's at 5,000 freaking health, 1,000 DPS. Yeah, I think he could solo the board at this stage, actually. He's not attacking crazy fast, but fast enough. Dude, I've been impressed by our chameleon, by the way. Like, he's keeping up. He's getting enough buffs. I guess town hall buffs and altering stone buffs, right? He's keeping up, man. The chameleon actually kind of clutched at this fight. Look at this. He's not far behind our 3 key weapons. He also dealt some damage from the opponent's Miria, but hitting my own stuff, but that's okay. Good final fight. I told you we were going to win one more. So 13 wins is enough to go positive. We're up 13 points, hilariously enough. Mostly thanks to the survival bonus, actually. I pretty much get the survival bonus every time now. I pretty much always survive, but I don't always get a lot of wins. That puts us in number 4 still. Close to the top 3. Really close to top 2, actually. Heiner has gapped the field a little bit, but that's a fun run, guys. That's Sky Shard as it stands today. Actually, you're watching this like 10 days after I recorded it, so there might even be more new stuff since it's recording, but this is all the time I had because I'm going on vacation. So enjoy the world of Sky Shard, guys. You want to check it out, there's links down below. Thanks for always watching these videos and being a part of our little journey here. It's really cool to have you guys along for the ride, and always appreciate your support. So thanks again. Good luck out there in the universe, and I guess I will see you around.